I'm Ann Thompson, and I'm asking you questions about what just happened, which just debuted last night to an enormous packed crowd at the Eccles, and they were all laughing. Now, this movie is based on a book that you wrote and some of your own experiences. And have you written a screenplay before, Art?
Actually, this is the first screenplay I wrote alone. So, but it's not that I didn't have a lot of experience to draw from on this one. So.
Clearly. This has the acid bite of reality to it.
Yeah, it's laughing at pain.
So the whole story of we all know that these are based on true incidents.
Well, pretty
how do you
much.
handle? I mean, Alec Baldwin in The Edge with the beard.
Well, now it's Bruce Willis as far as I'm concerned. I have no memory of Alec Baldwin.
And do stars really behave as you've depicted them? How much exaggeration are we looking at?
Well, from my point of view, I mean, I think Bruce took it to the place that he wanted to take it to. Have I seen temper tantrums in the last 300 years? Yeah. It's like a rock star breaking up his room. I mean, yes, I've witnessed it. Oftentimes the director doesn't because they're scared that the director will find that out. but yeah, I've witnessed it. But it's not just bad behavior as much as it is a guy trying to just get through the process, because one of the funniest things Bob does is when Bruce finally accommodates him, he says, I was in your corner the whole time.
No, Barry, the other running gag that just had me on the floor was the agent, played by John Turturro,
right,
who has a stomach disorder. How did you work that through?
Well, Art based that on an agent, but we won't mention names. And it's not important that it is a particular agent or whatever. I mean, there are these people with their own anxiety, and as Turturro says, when Bob mentioned to him, says, "You're afraid of him," talking about his client. He says, "I'm afraid of all of them." And so agents do live in fear, because at any given time they can be dropped by that, and they don't want to be the one to deliver bad news. So to have that kind of illness that Turturro has is very amusing.
I mean, do you mind if I add something to
Please.
that? The intention here is that I think there's a cliched take on what agents are like in Hollywood, done Entourage style, the macho, and from my experience, I mean, it's become a horrendous cliche. Most agents on the outside have a kind of, they're all put up and looking swell, and they have buildings that literally are shock and awe buildings. But deep down, they're beholden to their clients, and this tried to explore how they really feel as opposed to what it looks like is going on.
They're living in fear all the time.
Well, there's,
basically.
you are, in the end, an agent is working for somebody,
Exactly.
which is called their clients, and basically no one wants to know they actually have a boss, and that's what it is. So this tried to explore that other side. Probably not going to be wonderful for me when all this is heard.
Well, let's get down to what I find fascinating about this, which is that you're at Sundance. You're selling a movie at Sundance. And what was the real budget of this movie, dollars and cents?
Well, it was $10 million less than you reported.
You're going to cut that out.
Well, I'm being honest. This movie
So
was
it's a
truly
$20 million movie.
Yeah, here's why this number. We're at Sundance because Barry shot this movie with independent money in 33 days, and the reason people think of it as something perhaps more expensive or non-independent is because we got all of these wonderful actors to join in and be in this movie and cut and charge the same amount if no one's ever heard of them. And that's why they did this. So, I mean, nothing can be more in the independent spirit and in the non-studio system spirit than the way we've approached this. So that's the truth. Now, saying all of that, I mean, no, it's not a little $4 million movie about a girl in Mexico or something. It's a different kind of movie.
It has scale.
Yeah, it has scale. But I mean, to be truly honest about it, if this were done in a major studio, I just can't even give you the number. It would be so extraordinary.
Twice as much at least.
Three
if
times.
not-
Three
with
times.
all the salaries.
Three
Yeah,
times.
yeah, yeah.
Three times as much.
Yeah.
So that's why we like to. That's why we're here in Sundance, and because we really feel the film is an independent supportive film. It's an alternative film to what studios may make.
Would you do this again?
Oh, work with Barry in a heartbeat.
Do a low-budget movie like this?
Oh, sure. We can find a thing, definitely, without question.
Okay.
Pleasure working with him.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks, Ann.
Thank you so much.